Bet on Bears fans, the Chicago make a addition to this front office that is much needed and a huge hire for the Chicago Bears. Got to talk about that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel, the only channel talking Bears. Our Bears fans talk, so make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So, Bears make a very big hire. I know that this may get overlooked by a lot of people, but I think this is a huge hire for the Chicago Bears. As the Bears hired Ted Cruz, not that Ted Cruz, Ted Cruz from the Kansas City Chiefs, who has been the head of PR, longtime head of PR. They have added him to the Chicago Bears front office as a special advisor to Kevin Warren and chief administrative officer. This is big for the Bears because we remember what last season was, right? It was a PR nightmare. And so I think when you look at one of the additions that Cruz brings to the Chicago Bears, being that longtime head of PR, being somebody who can be a voice in the room, who can speak up in certain situations that, I mean, listen, the Bears just failed that last season. Realistically speaking, how they handled everything that Nate Davis went through was a failure to me. That was a situation where if you literally go, there's something happening with his family, it's a serious issue, we're not dealing with Nate Davis questions. It's the end of it. If you're asking after that, you're a D-bag. You know what I mean? And so I love the fact that we're getting a guy who has been a part of one of the better organizations for a long time. He's got 3 Super Bowl rings with that organization. Also spent 12 years with the Kansas City Chiefs after rising to the title of Executive VP of Communications. He's got 26 years of NFL experience. So again, getting somebody in the room who is a football guy. I think that this is a big hire for the Chicago Bears, and I think that this really goes right into improving this organization in totality. It's not just about improving the Chicago Bears as a organization on the football field. It's about improving the organization from the top down in every area. And I mean, for how long have we been talking about the Bears being a absolute PR nightmare? This is something where it shows that every nook and cranny of this team is going to have to be overturned before we get to that ultimate success. And it's something that I think when you think about a team like the Bears, right? And having a certain standard, a championship level standard, and maintaining a championship level standard. It reminds me of like how Doc Rivers talked about the Milwaukee Bucks. And I know, right, everybody's gonna be like, oh, not Doc Rivers. No, please, anybody but him. No, I'm just, the messenger may not have been the right person to deliver the message, but what he said is valid, right? He's talking about how it doesn't feel like there's a championship mindset here. And I walk around the building and the equipment guys and everybody else are smiling and everybody's having a good time, but we're losing games. You know what I mean? Like it's a mindset that if you hold your standard here, the entire organization's standards to be here. This is what I think the hire of Ted Cruz really does for the Chicago Bears. I really like this. I even hearing from him, right, as a person who has been around football for a long time, when he talked about his first real contact or his first, I guess, love for football starting with the Chicago Bears, I think that is very big because it means that there is a love of the city here. Now, everybody does the pandering thing where you talk about the city, you talk about what it means to you, and you talk about why you've always been in love with a team like this, but he's talking about it from a fan perspective. I think that's a little bit different. He said, this was my first favorite football team. This is the first team I remember following when you have Walter Payton, Jim McMahon, the Fridge. I was into that team. I remember watching that team vividly, watching the NFC Championship game when the snow started falling and the defense turned it up. So you're talking about a place where there is a familiarity and a built-in affinity. I think that that's something that's that makes it go even further, because if there is that affinity, as he says there is, right, and if to take him at his word, you don't want something that you care about, you don't want something that you believe in having a bad look. I don't think we've heard really a negative thing come out of the Kansas City Chiefs organization outside of Jackson Mahomes, who isn't even a part of the team. It's just a relative of somebody on the team, a relative of a very important somebody on that team. But to me, this is the kind of move that big time organizations make. This is the kind of move that you want to see for long-term success. And I know it may seem very simple, but when you talk about a winning situation, that starts top to bottom. That is a PR thing. It is about the perception of your team, having, especially with everything that's going to go on with the stadium and all of that. PR is going to be very important in this, getting that advice and different things of different walks of life and a different voice in the room for Kevin Warren to bounce things off of, who also has a very extensive background in football. I think that these are things that, you know, speak to the Bears trying to move into the right direction as far as an organization. And I'm excited to see it. I'm not going to lie. It's really cool to see my team, the team that I care for, the team that I live, breathe, and die, the team that I now work and cover, doing things how other big time organizations are doing them, and also taking people that are in positions in other big time organizations, promoting them up and allowing them to come in here and give that advice that they had from the previous spot. So very excited to see what the changes that Ted Cruz will be able to make here with the Chicago Bears. What's he going to adjust about how things have been done forever? I mean, you can go back years and talk about bad PR issues. I mean, literally 04, 05, wherever you want to go, like a long time. So very, very good to see the Bears doing things like this. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. Also, we'll be live for the Daily Show at 6 o'clock today, so tune in with us over there as well. As always, your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. Peace.